ain't too sure what I believe in, but I believe in what I see. And when I close my eyes...
Hi everybody, this is Michael Schaum from George Washington University out in Washington, D.C.
I'm Jen Mallow, and I go to Barnard College.
My name is Neil Schwecke. I'm in the University of Pennsylvania.
I currently go to Boston University.
I'm a junior at Princeton University.
And I go to Babson College.
I go to Binghamton University.
I'm Emily.
I'm David.
We're at Maryland, the University of Maryland.
We're both roommates in Syracuse University.
Hi, I'm Jessica Saad. I'm a sophomore at the University of Pennsylvania.
At first, when I arrived, it was a little bit difficult to adjust to the life here.
I was a good high school student, but it did hit me hard at first.
I'd say any sort of adjustment to any new lifestyle is gonna be difficult, for sure, especially if you're moving to like a new state and you're starting kind of like a new life in a new college.
College life is not easy, especially when you first start. It's new, it's very exciting, it's a little intimidating. But one thing I wish I knew before I came here was it's intimidating and it's scary and it's new for everybody.
Everyone's just basically looking for friends, so like everyone's kind of desperate, so your desperation goes along with them, so you're kind of chilling too.
I think it was a little hard at the beginning, but I think what made it a lot easier was like the huge Jewish community Binghamton has to offer.
There is like ways to keep your religion away from home. So there's kosher meals here, and there's a Chabad like nearby, 5 minutes away. There's a Hillel on campus. They do Friday night dinner here.
Every day there's around 200 Jews eating at Hillel on a kosher meal plan. So all my kosher needs were fulfilled instantly.
There's a Hillel house that has kosher food every day for lunch and dinner, so that's not an issue.
The Hillel here is huge. I go there for lunch and dinner mostly every single day, and on Shabbat. It's nice really to have that Jewish community. It kind of brings you back home in this big, I guess, strange place.
About 15% of the student body here is Jewish. So that means about 6,000 or 7,000 people here are Jewish. And that made me feel at home right away.
So actually, I was very surprised when I was added to a chat of 40 plus people that are Jewish in just the NYU Tandon School of Engineering.
In terms of the Jewish life on campus, Jews are everywhere. It's funny, but you'll always find Jews.
And the Jewish community as a whole in general is also very strong because there's always Friday night dinner, there's Friday night prayers, there's Saturday lunch, Saturday prayers also. And there's minyanim every morning, so definitely there's nothing to worry about.
And Jewish life at the University of Maryland is crazy. There's a million Jews. Like everyone you meet happens to be Jewish. And like even if you're not trying to be friends with only Jews, you really end up being friends with so many Jews. Like us.
And when people ask me about the Jewish life here, I mean, it's incredible.
The Jewish community at WashU is really, really good and has been growing significantly every year.
The Jewish community here is just amazing.
Being in a school where there's not a lot of people like you forces you to really choose, say, how Jewish you want to be. Like, if I don't want to wake up to go to shul or put on tefillin, I don't have to. But it's a choice that each person gets to make on their own, and that is another one of the beauties of going away.
As far as Judaism there goes, it's definitely not constantly around you anymore like it was when you're here in Brooklyn. Like, you have to be active about it. You have to definitely say like, I'm going to do this or it's not going to happen, and you have to go out of your way to keep kosher, and you have to go to the Hillel if you want that kosher meal.
At the end of the day, you get what you make out of the program.
You're able to become your own person. I have to buy groceries, I have to make my bed, I have to do my laundry, I have to do a bunch of things that I wouldn't necessarily do if I were home.
At home, as great as it is, you're not doing your own laundry, you're not cleaning after yourself, you're not making your own bed. You're doing most of the things on your own.
You have to go to your own doctor's appointment.
You have to set up everything yourself. Everything is on you. If you don't do it, it's on you.
I think also living like on a campus builds a lot of character. Living in a dorm is not easy.
But going away really offers benefits that you will never get anywhere else.
We're very sheltered in the community we're in and the people we have and the schools that we attend. And it's unbelievable. It's great to grow up with that. But there is an extent that college opens our eyes to so many different perspectives. It's great to hear and learn how to listen and rebut and have conversations with people of all different types.
Just like
being in the Syrian community, going like outside of our bubble, it's really interesting just like meeting all these new people and everything.
I would definitely recommend, if you have the option, to take that chance and go learn somewhere outside of Brooklyn, outside of New York, just because you learn to grow as a person.
Ultimately, I think my college experience so far has been amazing, and I would really advocate for all students to go to college, and even more so if you're able to dorm.
Going away, you meet a lot of new people that you wouldn't have met in the past, and I guess it opens up your network and your reach to a lot of different people. If you're staying in the New York, you're really just hanging out with the Syrians that you have grown up with.
Yeah, and growing up in the Syrian community, as amazing as it is, all your friends, all of my friends at least, I knew since I was 0 pretty much. We played on the basketball teams together, we did big sports. There wasn't really any opportunity to really make friends or branch out. Whereas in college, you know, you get to choose who your friends are.
I met so many friends and I have so many connections now, so much people that I've networked with.
You meet so many new people here, it's incredible.
Because I was able to meet people that were Jewish, with similar backgrounds.
And as for the schoolwork, it is a lot of work to do, but you have a lot of free time on your hands. So you have to use that time wisely.
Something I wish I knew prior to starting would be that the work is not easy.
A lot of work, like you don't sleep, like I went to bed at 7 a.m. the other night, 4 a.m.
But I've also been able to take tons of courses in the psychology department, in the philosophy department, and different classes within business outside of just the general finance major.
So Indiana University's Kelley School of Business is ranked about 7th in the country. And not many students from Flatbush know that, because I think if that statistic was out there, a lot more kids would be applying here.
I'm kind of like deciding my career in something that I want to do, which is cool. Like, I kind of like accounting, and I also am kind of interested in finance and entrepreneurship and all these business things, so I'm kind of like sculpting my own major there.
High school, you're taking 12, 13 classes, 4 APs. Here, you take what you want. You take what you're interested in. I'm taking history. You know, history too, 1960s. It's awesome to me.
Personally, I'm interested in the medical field, so there's a lot of research opportunities. There's hospitals down all around that I'm able to volunteer at.
And Princeton specifically has just so many resources. So I was able to travel to Rome and to Prague for a week each, completely free. My summer internship was doing something I love, like reading historical documents from the New York Jewish community in the 1800s, and that was paid for by Princeton.
The Syrian community here in Binghamton definitely is strong, and there's nothing like it. I feel just like home, and there's definitely tons of Syrians here, like from Mag and David, like where I went, and from Flatbush, and from Hillel and Deal.
You're not the first Syrian to ever go to Washington, D.C. You're not the first Syrian at George Washington University, and it's very important that you acknowledge that.
There's also a big Jewish community here and Syrian community here.
The Syrian community is also pretty strong. There's a lot of people like that. There's one girl that she was a Syrian, she married an Ashkenaz person, she lives in Binghamton, and she invited all the Syrians that she knew, all the incoming
for holiday lunches,
like barbecue, for
nights.
Sukkot, to come to her house, and we had great food there, and yeah, it's like
she's like our mom, just like for here.
Yeah, it's our mom away from home.
And surprisingly, there's a nice amount of Syrians, so every once in a while we get together, we have just a Syrian meal, we have some fun.
Honestly, I love being here, and I do miss home a little bit, but it's really a great place.
Like, it is hard to be away from home at times. I miss home, of course, but everyone's just a phone call away. I talk to my friends, my parents almost every day, and if I ever really want to go home, it's a 2-hour drive. I can hop on a bus or a train and just go right home, which is nice.
It's also, being in Boston, I'm pretty close to home, so if there's any reason that I need to get back for something specific, I could drive.
And I'm also able to go home whenever I want, really, because I'm so close to home while still getting that dorming experience.
You call your parents all the time. It's not that big of a, you're not like dropping off the face of the earth.
So you may miss your parents, you may miss your friends, So I would advise, keep in touch with your friends, keep in touch with your parents, have your mom send you food from back home if you missed the taste of Syrian Brooklyn.
And I think it's very important for someone who's interested in like dorming anywhere that before they attend, they should definitely visit. They should definitely ask someone who goes there, like whether it's me or someone else that you know, to visit, ask them questions, because you want to find a college that's like fit for you. And whether it's this college or something else, like it's very important to know where you're going. And if you have any questions about dorming or about, applying or anything like that, please hit me up.
Spending those years in a new environment, meeting new people, exploring new cultures, will allow you yourself to begin to discover yourself in ways that you wouldn't have thought have been possible.